do you expect it to happen in isolation with the small caps is what I'm getting? I know that Nvidia's done that. Some other stocks have done that themselves. But if you're talking about all of the small, the small caps as an index moving up that much, what do these other things do?
Well, I think that a 40% move in small caps doesn't mean the rest of the market goes down. I just think that's going to highlight that the market is broadening, which is something we all expect. But it's also basically doing a risk-reward analysis, which is, look, I think if you can get 18% earnings growth and pay 10 times earnings, perhaps that's a good risk-reward. And I think money that's on the sidelines or people who've been thinking bonds are going to be and cash is a place you want to stick for the next 5 years, but if the Fed starts cutting, they're going to look for places where there's good risk-reward, and I think that's small caps. Do
you need dramatic cuts for that thesis to pan out, or are there other potholes in the road that you see that threaten your thesis?
Well, a recession would be negative. I don't think the Fed has to make major cuts. It actually just has to. I think the market narrative that would be the best for small caps is the belief that real interest rates are too tight now, 5.5% versus inflation trending towards 2%, and getting rates back down to a neutral rate of 3%. If the market believes that, they don't need the cuts to be front-end loaded, but they have to believe we're going back towards neutral. I think that'd be a huge catalyst for small caps.
As the world of AI continues to buzz with electrifying developments, there's one stock that has been on investors' radar for quite some time, Nvidia. With a valuation that's soaring and a technological edge in AI capabilities that's capturing attention globally, Nvidia is making headlines again. This time, the buzz is courtesy of some anticipated moves and predictions by market experts like Raymond James and Redburn Atlantic. At the center of it all is Nvidia's innovative GPUs, which are driving the demand across the tech landscape, making this company a significant player in the AI space. So, why is Nvidia so captivating, and what does the future hold for this tech giant? Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
David, a couple price target increases on Nvidia, which we're going to get next week. Opco goes to 175. Then you got this report, David, I know you'd like this stuff, in the journal that they're going to bring some chips tailored to humanoid robots in the first half of next year.
Yeah, I'm continued to be focused, and I think a lot of people are, Jim. You completely dismissed it yesterday, and that may be the right move, but on where these large language models may not be advancing as quickly as their engineers may have anticipated. Not sure what you're doing there with your phone there, Jim.
Oh, but, I'm looking at I'm reading the Indonesia tech leaders. Jensen gave a great speech in Nvidia in Indonesia last night. David, you have to read. The Indonesian thing was a huge hit, and they're talking about the need to spend a fortune in Indonesia for the state-owned enterprise, which they are going to do to build on Blackwell. So you may be thinking I'm looking at my phone, I'm looking at pictures of my wife and the fruit that she sent me from Paris. No, I'm talking about Indonesia AI Day, which you're not talking about because you're busy, I don't know, talking to Ben Affleck. How's he doing? What was his latest move? Are you talking about the town? This is what I talk about.
He's doing really well. Town was a great movie. He's making another one right now, filming in Bayonne, New Jersey. Yeah, it sounded like a very interesting project. He was wearing a beard for it. Ben sends his best. Yeah, he's doing very well.
You're right.
So thank you for
asking. When I hear
asking.
Jensen say artificial intelligence will democratize technology, it is the great equalizer. What I really should be thinking about the movie The Accountant, which I really loved, which, by the way, had Bernthal.
Bernthal, your favorite. But listen, in all seriousness, are they running out of data? Video, you've made this point many times, represents another real opportunity to capture a lot more data. But the large language models, it bears watching. I ran into your friend yesterday, Reitzes, Ben Reitzes, I think. You love his work, right? Melius, right?
Melius, he's my friend. You wanted to know why I wasn't at your thing.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted to know why you weren't at our thing. It was CNBC's delivering alpha, Jim, not mine.
Nvidia has been basking in the glow of optimism from analysts who can't seem to stop singing its praises. Not too long ago, Raymond James's analyst Srini Pajjuri boosted the price target from $140 to $170, advising investors to consider any pullback as a buying opportunity. They aren't the only ones seeing this bright future. Redburn Atlantic has only just jumped on board, rolling out a glowing buy rating with a target of $178, hinting at a sweet 21% upside from current prices. It's clear that analysts think Nvidia's on a steady climb. But just because they're keeping expectations under control doesn't mean you have to button up your enthusiasm. The story is not just about numbers, it's about staying ahead of demand, especially in the highly sought-after AI chip market. Everyone's keeping an eye on Nvidia's performance as it reports earnings next week. Despite the expected jitters that come with every earnings release, Nvidia's story is one of robust growth, having dazzled the market with a 122% increase in year-over-year revenue last quarter. No wonder everyone's holding their breath. While jokes about predicting stock markets might be as unpredictable as predicting the weather in the financial world, Nvidia seems to be proving otherwise with its consistent hits. Now, as the AI chip market sets the stage for tougher challenges and exhilarating opportunities, Nvidia appears well-placed to tackle them head-on, showing the market that the gamble can pay off and pay off big. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates. Back to the video.
I wasn't that's kind of inside baseball, David. We tend not to go there. But I will say, David,
what do you mean? I wish you'd been there. Everybody was asking me where you were.
Well,
that's all I got. Where's Jim?
Well,
Where's
you
Jim?
can be two places at once with AI. David, I do think that we have to focus on the fact that they may not have enough to train on. Go back to what Zuckerberg said on his conference call, that Meta AI would be the #1, and that's because he's got things to train on. He's got more than 3.5 billion people. He can look at their stuff. And by the way, can I just tell you, when you Google, when you try to get from Claude or from ChatGPT, an instant analysis of somebody that just of Disney and Iger, forget about it. They'll tell you, well, you know what? I had one yesterday which said they don't report till November 17th, and I was like looking at the conference call. They're wrong too much. They're wrong too much. So they need to get right.
I know.
They don't even have the latest and greatest. They don't have Rubin. You need Rubin.
No. They need Rubin. They do. I keep saying that all the time. Where is Rubin when you need him?
They need Zingermans. No, I mean, look, David, you got to follow this charm offensive of Jensen, country after country. It's remarkable.
Podcast after podcast after podcast. He's everywhere all at once. Maybe he is an avatar as well. Similar to what Andrew Sorkin and I did yesterday for Delivering Alpha, where we had previously created our own avatars as well, and then we kind of presented them. Take a listen.
Hi, it's me, Andrew.
And I'm David. But don't call me Dave.
Good point. And never ever call me Andy.
Point taken.
So, this is us. Now avatars. Artificial intelligence. AI me is almost as good as Squawkbox me.
But let's be honest. Squawkbox you isn't nearly as good as Squawkbox me. Those were the golden years of Squawk.
David, even your avatar is cutthroat.
Those were completely computer generated. That was, we did go to and have our voice and our head movements and our images shot, but that wasn't us. That wasn't video. And that's the future, guys. Or in fact, that's the present. You can see it's still not quite capturing every emotion, human emotion, sort of in the way you inflect and the way you speak, but it's getting awfully close.
But David, if let's say you ran a dictatorship, I don't know, like 1.4 billion people, I mean, just like throwing it out there, and you wanted to be able to put people in prison, well, couldn't you just generate them saying something against whatever government there might be, and then you say, hey, listen, I'm sorry, and throw away the key? I mean, can't you do that?
I hadn't thought of that, Jim, but that's scary, but yes.
When we talk about Nvidia, it's essential to understand the sheer scale of its operations and the groundbreaking technology at play. Nvidia isn't just a player, it's a frontrunner. The Hopper and Blackwell GPUs are the talk of TechTown, promising performance leaps that are hard to overlook, while other players in the AI space are still finding their footing with regulatory frameworks like the EU's AI Act. Adding another feather to their cap, Nvidia's innovations are fueling the appetite for data centers, enhancing AI workloads, and keeping profit margins fat and juicy. Not Mickey Mouse business, is it? Moreover, hedge funds appear to be all in, betting on Nvidia's potential to outperform. This trend aligns with proven strategies that echo the ability of top hedge funds to predict and profit from market movements. It seems investors' faith in Nvidia is more than just a hunch. It's a calculated move steeped in data and undeniable market trends. As far as Nvidia is concerned, selling due to high expectations might just be a chance for the savvy investor to fill their shopping cart. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
I think we're actually in really early innings of the artificial intelligence world and the paradigm in terms of both investment and in effect. We will, over the course of time, see the productivity increases and the benefits. Right now, we're really at the very early parts of investment. And that's still all the build out, whether we talk about infrastructure build out for data centers or power that's going to be needed to power artificial intelligence efforts. CapEx is in its early days. And I think this has got a long multi-year, certainly even multi-decade potential in terms of its impact on productivity and investment. So I don't think we're anywhere near getting topped out on the investment.
As we stand on the cusp of Nvidia's next big reveal, the air is thick with anticipation. Investors are eyeing Nvidia not just for its short-term potential, but for its promise to bring substantial long-term growth fueled by AI advancements. Showing double-digit growth year over year, this tech giant is stronger and more capable than many acknowledge. The excitement surrounding Nvidia is palpable, and fitting it into your investment portfolio could mean you're not just holding stock, you're holding a part of the future. The stock's current trajectory suggests stability and the potential for substantial returns, especially when one considers the promising forecasts postulated by several market analysts. As we await Nvidia's upcoming earnings, the smart move might just be to catch the post-announcement breeze, avoiding any sudden dips which could lead to a potential buying window. The real question is, with Nvidia making waves and showing signs of further upward momentum, how do you feel about riding this exhilarating technological surge? It's time to get your thoughts rolling. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.